my name is Alejandra Londono and welcome back to my YouTube channel. On my channel, I share lots of videos specifically about teaching and working online from home. In today's video, I'm actually going to share some different things I have learned as I've been reading and analyzing and just meditating on all the reviews I've been getting on OUTSCHOOL. Now, if you're new here, I would very much appreciate if you hit the subscribe button and the bell. That lets you know when I upload new content, and my goal is to upload one new video at least per week. If you are not new here and you're coming back, well, thank you for coming back. Now, as I said, in today's video, I'm just going to share some common trends I've been seeing as I've been receiving feedback and reviews on OUTSCHOOL. Now, keep in mind that on OUTSCHOOL, I generally teach students ages 4 to 11. So I have a lot of classes for ages 4 to 6, and I have a lot of classes ages 7 to 11. So that's really my age range, and those are obviously the students and parents I'm working with the most. Now, a few days ago, I received over 100 parent reviews and feedback, which makes me really, really happy. I've had one 4-star review and all of the other ones 5 stars, which also makes me happy. I do, though, keep it in the back of my mind that the longer I'm with OUTSCHOOL, the more 4 and 3-star reviews I may get, just because my audience becomes bigger. So always keep that in mind. Remember that you cannot please every parent and student because everyone has different personalities, and honestly, that's okay. You bond and you mesh with students that have a similar personality with you, or they like that type of teaching style. So I just have a list that I kind of wanted to talk about as to some of the things that I've noticed I keep seeing in different parent feedbacks and reviews. So one thing I see a lot is my energy level. I have mentioned this before that I'm a very high energy teacher. I'm not on the roof, but I do have high energy. I am constantly smiling. I try to be as happy as I can with my students, and I am actually a very loud teacher. So I guess a lot of parents like that high, good energy. Another common phrase or trend I'm seeing is engaging students. So typically for my classes, I have 2 to 3 to 4 activities per 30-minute class. And that's because, as I said, I teach a lot of the younger students, and their attention span cannot always be held for a long period of time. So I try to make my class engaging by including many different activities. But that's something I've seen a lot of parents comment on, is that many of my classes are engaging. Next is patience. And I think patience is actually really important for a teacher. You do need to be a patient teacher and show grace and patience with your students, especially on OUTSCHOOL, because generally you do not teach the same class kids over and over again. At least I don't, because I do a lot of one-time classes. You don't know what that kid has gone through throughout the day. You don't know the student's background. You don't know too much information about that student. So you honestly always want to try to give them the benefit of the doubt. You want to be very patient when they're talking, when they're asking you questions. So be very patient and just have a really good listening ear. Number 4 I've been seeing in my parent reviews is attentiveness, if that's a word. Being attentive. So that basically means just paying attention. I am never doing anything else except focusing on my class and my students. The only thing I may check from time to time is my email, because I always have my phone up to the side with my emails from OUTSCHOOL, just in case a parent is having trouble logging in. But like I said, my attention is always on my students and always on their answers. I am never doing something else. I'm never multitasking. So I've noticed a lot of parents like that I'm attentive and actually paying attention to what their student is saying or expressing to the class. And that kind of ties in with my number 5. And sorry, I'm looking at my notes, but I wrote down to listen to students' answers and actually respond. So usually when I respond, not all the time, but a lot of the time when I respond to students, I try to say more than just good job. So I always thank a student for their answer. Thank you for sharing. Excellent answer. Nice job. But I try to at least 1 or 2 times throughout the class be a little more specific. Let's say a student shares their favorite animal as a pig. The student says, I love pigs because they're cute and they're pink. Now, I love pigs too, so I might say something like, wow, thank you, Sharon, for sharing. You know, it's so cool because I love pigs a lot too. They are such cute animals. I agree. So something along those lines where I'm paying attention and I'm showing the student, I'm actually paying attention to their answer, and sometimes I even make a personal connection to myself. And it seems like many parents and students like when you're attentive and you actually respond to what the student is sharing with the class. All right, my number 6, I don't know what to call these, like common trend, keywords I've seen in OUTSCHOOL reviews, I don't know. But number 6 is content. I always choose content I'm passionate about. Many of my classes are drawing classes, animal classes, ABC, letter classes, all that kind of stuff. And that is actually stuff I really enjoy teaching. So I'm hoping that comes out when I teach my classes. But I make sure the content is engaging and it's good content. So you want to obviously have good content. Another common trend I'm seeing is actually allowing students to participate. So as I've mentioned in other videos, all of my classes or most of my classes range from 1 student to 7 students. Usually 6, but I'm starting to slowly add more depending on the class. Right now, 7 is my limit, specifically for drawing classes. And the reason being is that I want students to be able to participate. And I try to let each student participate 3 to 4 to 5 to even more times per class. And many parents actually appreciate that. They appreciate, especially with the young ones, that students are practicing how to raise their hand, how to follow directions, how to listen to other students. So allowing the student to participate in, like it would be a real brick and mortar classroom, it seems gets a lot of good reviews and feedback. The next one, which kind of ties with that one as well, is to encourage participation. Now, of course, when there's a shy student, you don't want to force them to participate in your class, but you do want to check in on them, and hopefully that will actually encourage them to participate. So you want to encourage participation, of course, wherever you can, because every style class is different. Most of my classes are discussion-based, so there's lots of participation throughout the class. 9, so number 9, the word or a word I'm seeing a lot is being organized. And that honestly kind of just goes with being professional. As an educator, you want your parents and students to see you as an organized teacher, meaning you respond to emails timely, your class is in an organized manner, your classroom is not chaos. So trying your best to be organized is definitely helpful. And the last common trend I've been seeing in my reviews is keeping students busy. And I actually think that's really important, especially for those younger kids. So for my kids from the ages 4 to 6, anytime I teach, for example, an animal class, I always have some printable for them to at least color. So when we're having discussions, if it's hard for them to listen and to keep engaged with that, they're at least keeping engaged coloring a picture. So I definitely recommend finding different activities to keep your students engaged and to keep them busy. Another way I do this is, as I mentioned before, I do many short activities throughout the class. So again, this is kind of with my teaching style. I don't do lectures, and I honestly don't enjoy doing lectures. So many of my classes include 5 to 10 to 15-minute activities. And I think that's just an easier way to keep students busy. Okay, and that wraps up this video. That is kind of my take on my feedback. I'm just hoping that some of those trends I've been seeing throughout my reviews help you become a better teacher. If you're an OUTSCHOOL teacher, I would love for you to share some of the common trends you're seeing in your feedback or reviews in the comments down below, just to share with everyone else. Otherwise, again, I hope this video was helpful, and if you have not already, give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!